In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, to whom we all have to turn with, honorable listeners and respectable audience, you know that we have started a series of research. In research, I taught various topics such as the introduction of research, the characteristics of research, qualitative research, quantitative research, variables and research, relationship between variables. After that, I started how to write the first chapter, like how to write the background of the study in the first chapter, how to write a statement of the problem in the first chapter. Listeners and audience, today I am going to talk about how to write rationale of the study in the introduction chapter. Remember, yesterday and day before yesterday, I told you research objectives and research questions. After this, we are discussing how to write rationale of the study in the introduction chapter of research. Listeners and audience, whenever we are talking about rationale of the study, the question arises that what does the rationale of the study explain? Remember, rationale of the study explain why this research is important. It means you will show the importance of research. Secondly, why it needs to be conducted. Why are you going to carry out or conduct this research? And the third thing, what contribution it will make. So three things are important. The importance of your research which you are conducting, the reason why are you conducting this research, and what will be the contribution of your research. Now, let me share steps by steps guidelines and understanding regarding writing the rationale of the study. Listeners and audience, whenever you are writing rationale of the study, the first step is that identify the problem in the existing research. Sometimes the students they say that which topic is better for our research to carry out research on that topic. Definitely, whenever you are studying on the daily basis various article and research, you will find the gap in the research. So the first point is identify the problem or the gap in the existing knowledge. For example, when we say identify the gap, that would be there would be a question that remain unanswered. So if a question is unanswered, it means a research is possible. And sometimes a problem that has not been solved. The problem has been already identified, but it has not been solved. So that can be a research gap. That can be a research problem. That can be something that needs to be answered. That can be conducting a research regarding that. And sometimes there can be an issue that will need further explanation, because when an issue is not explained, then the solution of it is not possible. So listeners and audience, this is the first point. The first point is identify the problem or research gap, and how is it possible, how you will know the problem. For example, in the existing knowledge, something or some problem has not been solved, some problem has not been answered, or a problem or an issue needs explanation for the solution in future of that problem. Second step is very important. Explain the significance. Wherever you are showing rationale of the study, Definitely you will justify that, like why you are conducting this research. So you have to mention the significance as well. Like for example, when we are talking about significance, what is meant by significance here in rationale of the study? This is also interesting question. Significance of the study here means refers to practical, theoretical, or societal value of the study. What does it mean? It means the why this study is important, why this is significance. Either it is significant for society, it is significant for example, for the researchers. What kind of guidelines they can, for example, present your study? What kind of gap your research fill, which is not conducted in the existing knowledge or which is not available in the existing knowledge, and you want to fill this gap by conducting this type of research, or what kind of contribution, for example, your research will provide. This is about the significance. There is another important point, important step, and that is rationale must be linked to the statement of the problem. Definitely, whenever we are talking about the statement of the problem, so your rationale will take the idea from the statement of the problem, and it will explain that statement of the problem. And the last one, that is, it must have connection with the existing knowledge. What is meant by connection with existing knowledge? Connection with existing knowledge mean that your topic would not be 100% different from the selection of the topic. Definitely, there will be a link, a connection with the existing knowledge. It means you will say that in this field, various research have taken place. Various researchers have carried out and conducted research. However, a very little literature research is available regarding this topic which I have been selected or which I have selected. Listeners and audience, whatever I presented, this was just theoretical knowledge. Let me present one practical example that you understand it. And you know, I'm not interested in this topic which I am sharing with you on the daily basis. It is just for the sake of understanding. For example, daily I share this topic that the impacts of the use of informal language and the speeches of politicians. For example, if you are writing a rationale of the study, how you will start? Let's start. There are various politicians around the world. They uh, present various speeches in order to influence the idea, the opinion of the people, and even they impress the people because of their political speeches. However, various politicians have presented the speeches, and various researchers they have conducted research regarding their speeches. For example, about their persuasive strategies, about the rhetorical strategies, and various other perspectives. However, a very little literature is available about the use of informal language and the political speeches of politicians. This study is very important and significant because this research will not only explore, this study will not only explore the use of informal language in the speeches of politicians or politicians, but also it will provide guidelines to the politicians as well, that the language or the words they use they have impact of the people as well. So whenever you are presenting the speeches, you must be careful. However, I'm not going with that much detail. You should write very smoothly and logically and rationally. That this research will provide guidelines to the politician as well about the use of language, that which sort of language should be used in their speeches. So hope that this topic is clear to you. Thank you.